Today's video is part of Kendra's Card Challenge 16 that runs through December 31st, and we're featuring our super sponsor. This calls for Confetti. Now, today I've got this super cute Christmas Post 2 6x6 paper pad, and you can just see all the different papers. And then we've got the Christmas Post ephemera, and it has 40 pieces of ephemera. And then we've got the Matte Cloudy Day Sequin Confetti, and we're going to be using these on our card. And I'm going to start backwards. I'm going to work with 15 first, and I've got my elements here, and I'm just kind of showing you what I've got. And I usually start with 1, and I have the intent of doing all 15 for every set, and sometimes I don't get through all of them. And so sometimes the back of the sketches, like the 15 through 10 might not get completed on some of them. So I thought on this one I'm going to start with 15 and work my way backwards. So instead of using a stenciled or embossed panel, I'm choosing to use more of that pattern paper from the paper pack because I thought it was a lot of fun. And I'm taking these 2 strips and laying them down on this piece of scrap I have here. Instead of cutting 3 pieces of 1/4 inch strips, I'm going to just lay it down and then trim it up. I had this scrap piece that was almost the right size, and I'm just going to trim it to where I've kind of got 1/4 inch, I don't know, between all pieces of paper there. And I'm going to make a boo-boo here, and I'm going to leave it in because this isn't the first time I've done it, and I'm going to show you how you can fix it. I should have laid these strips on that pattern paper before I laid it down on there. And I'm like, oh, I should have done it. And I'm going to go ahead and glue it down, and then I'm going to fix it. And I'll just show you my little trick for this. This isn't the first time, so I've kind of created my own little system. I'll bring in another piece of thick cardstock and slide it along there, and then my craft knife. And sometimes I'll go all the way through, but because I've got multiple layers there, I've created the perfect line, and I'm just going to lift it up and use my scissors to cut it off. And then we'll lay it down on there. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So like I said, this isn't my first time of making this mistake, and I just thought I'd show you my quick trick to fix it. So there we have it. We're back on track. I've got a little rough edge there. I'm going to trim it off, and I'll use my knife for that. I lay that other piece of cardstock so that I don't cut into my card base, and then we're good to go. So now we can move on with this and start our assembly. Now I was going to bring in this, I don't know, I think it's a cup of cocoa, or it's got cinnamon sticks in it though, so I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to bring in some foam and pop it up and get it laid down, and then I'm going to bring in the other cup of cocoa that's got the pink on there, and I'm just going to layer them on there. And this sketch just calls for a circle, but I'm going to use 2 circles on it. And I'll just glue this one flat. And I'm going to not put a cinnamon on this. I'm just going to leave this as a little note card. Just a little winter note card that you could just send any kind of message in. And I'm going to try to put stuff on the inside of my card base because I always have these little strips and tons of ephemera left over because you get so many. There are 40 pieces in this pack. So I'm going to bring in this little package and get it laid down on there. And that'll finish off sketch 15. Now we're going to move on to 14. And I'm telling myself, I'm going to remember that some twine goes underneath this before I lay it down on there. So I put the card base to the side so that I would remember. I'm going to bring in some red and white baker's twine. And what I like to do is just take my glue tape runner there and make a little strip and kind of use it to hold my twine in place. Now I'm going to wrap this around twice, and we'll have a double layer. The sketch shows just 1. But I'm going to wrap it around there twice. We'll have a double layer, and we'll tie it up and put a bow in it, and we'll get it laid down. Let's talk about the challenge. So this is a hop with a giveaway. So there is a link to the giveaway form in the description box below. So you want to be sure and fill out that so that you'll have a chance to win a digital giveaway from Kendra. So it is a hop, and we do have a playlist. And if you click the play all in the playlist, it'll just move you through all of the videos, and you'll get to see each designer working with this Calls for Confetti product. So it should be lots of inspiration. Just encourage you to click that, play more, and follow along to all the designers. If you like what you see, give us a like. Perhaps even subscribe to any of the channels that you have not subscribed to. And we hope that you'll be very inspired. So to participate in the challenge, you just need to take a single picture of all 15 of your cards using all of the 15 card sketches and enter it into the appropriate album on Kendra's, Cards by Kendra's Facebook page, and then you'll be entered into the drawing to win some of the wonderful prizes. So I encourage you to do that. So now I'm going to just take this sleigh and lay it down on to my panel here. And I really love this gray and pink together, the softness of it. I think it's really pretty. And I'm going to bring in, I've got this little dish full of sentiments, and I'm just going to bring in a sentiment for my dish. You can see there are several of them in there. And I've got one that, it's actually on craft, but it's got kind of a pink iridescent glimmer on it. And so I'm going to just lay that down on there. And I'm going to use my embellishments that were included. And these are the matte Cloudy Day Sequin Confetti. And I'm just going to get real playful with how I lay them down on there. Just kind of squiggled a little glue pattern. And it looks like I've got a wild hair in the video there. It's morning, and I haven't even gotten ready for the day. I'm just crafting in my jammies. So I'm going to lay all of these down on there, and I think they look really pretty. Now, I forgot to put them on these, and so I'm going to backtrack here and put some on these. And then we're going to make one more. So we've done 15, 14, and now we're going to bring 13 in. And I've taken some liberties here. I'm actually I cut this panel down a little bit smaller than what the sketch calls for. We're going to have a little bit of white edge out there. And I did that because I actually cut my little pink panel down smaller than what I had intended to. So that's another way that you can kind of fix your little errors. And I'm looking for a scrap piece to layer up with it. And I had this gray piece, and it was almost just right. Just needed to trim it down a little bit. And we'll get this glued up and laid down on here. So I love this little package. It's so cute. I love the pink. That pink and gray really speaks to me. And all the little ephemera bits. Now I've got my little Pink and Main card essential dies there from Pink and Main that Kendra designed, and I have die cut out that banner there, but I'm not liking all that white and the pattern with this. So I went ahead and took a piece of that scrap gray, and I used that die and die cut it out. I don't like to do fishtailing, and so when I can use a die, I'm going to use a die, and those dies of Kendra's are perfect for that. As well as other things. They're just very handy to have. You can just do a lot of different shapes with them, and you get that nice stitched edging on them. So that's what I'm using there. And I'll link those in the description box below for you. And then I've just got this Let It Snow. And it's going to be my sentiment. Now I'm remembering that I wanted to put ephemera on the insides of these. So I'm going to grab a couple packages and go back to that other card and put them in there. Just trying to remember to use up my pieces. I've got 40 of them, so I've got plenty, and I can really doll up the inside of my card. And then I'm going to I've got a strip here of that pink paper, and I'm going to lay it on the inside of this card. And I'm going to get my embellishments laid down on there. And I think this is just a fun, playful card. I'm trying to get the right size that I want and get them flipped over. Sometimes that can be a little bit tricky. I need to replace the tip on my wax tool there because it's I've used it a lot and it's kind of flat. So here we go. This is 15, 14, and 13. And I think they turned out great. Thanks for watching. And have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.